So I made $95,405 from a sales webinar that I did not write. I actually had an AI tool write it for me literally in 38 minutes. And what I want to do in this video is walk you through how you can do that, show you Webby, and then I want to break down the key elements of a successful sales presentation. Let's go check it out. All right, here we are over inside of Webby. In this case, we're going to build a sales presentation designed to book leads for a coaching business. So we answer a few questions for Webby just to get it started. So what's the name? What's your name? What problem do you solve? Who's your ideal client? How do you solve that problem? And a little bit about your program and service. If you have a web link or anything to your website, you can go ahead and paste that in there as well. I'm just going to use this example here. So let's say we're a child psychologist. Your name's Marie Smith. You help busy moms in their late 20s and early 30s. Help with their kids, help to get their kids to stop yelling and start listening. And you have a coaching program that does that. Okay. So we're going to try to book some sales calls for our coaching program for Marie here, who's a child psychologist. So the first thing Webby's going to do is just quickly recap. That looks good. So what we're going to do is just say yes. Now what Webby's going to do is give us some headlines. So your topic for your presentation and the headline you use to describe that topic are absolutely key. So again, let's just use Marie as an example here. And I have some specific frameworks that I've used and trained into Webby to make this more compelling and more clear. So how to get your kids to listen without yelling, bragging, or yelling, begging, or losing your cool. That's pretty good. Stop the yelling, the busy mom's guide to calm, cooperative kids. From chaos to calm, in the power struggles, and get your kids to listen starting today. I love that. So let's go with number 3. Number 3 speaks to a specific problem for a specific person with a touch of curiosity. Let's say we're going to use number 3 here. Okay. Now what Webby's going to do is write out what are called benefit bullets. So benefit bullets are the reasons to attend, and you're going to use these on your registration page, in your reminder copy, all your stuff there. So it's going to pull forward that headline, and it's going to give us 5 curiosity-provoking benefit bullets. So learn exactly what to say and do in the moment to stop yelling without feeling like a bad guy. Without feeling like the bad guy. Discover the real reason your child isn't listening. It's not what you think, and how to flip the script fast. Walk away with 3 simple strategies you can use tonight to create more peace and cooperation. So these are really, really good. Better than most of you are going to create. From experience, most of you are going to create a D-level presentation. Webby helps you write a B+ out the gate really quickly. Okay. So how do these sound? Any tweaks? So I can always reprompt Webby. I'm going to just say, yes, these are good. And then it's going to write the opening for my presentation. Okay. So it's like, hey, Marie, awesome. Let's roll into your intrigue open. So the first 5 slides, the first minute of your webinar, you want to set the stage and hook people in. So it's trained on my frameworks to do this. So it's going to be like, hey, I'm Marie, welcome. You've made it from chaos to calm, in the power struggles, and get your kids to listen starting today. First up, we're going to talk about why your kiddo isn't listening and why it's not your fault. Then I'm going to show you the exact words and moves to stop the yelling right in the heat of the moment. And finally, I'm going to give you my favorite go-to strategies for getting more peace, more cooperation, and way less drama at home. And stick around because I got a special offer for you at the end, something that will totally change the way you handle these tough moments forever. Right? So we're setting what are called open loops early in the presentation. Again, I could change these, or I'll just have Webby say these are good for now. Okay. Then Webby's going to write what I call the framing the new opportunity section. So once we've opened some loops, we want to set the stage. We want to do what I call framing the new opportunity. And we do that by using what I call the 3 Ds. We want to talk about their desires, their difficulties in getting to those desires, and seed a discovery, something you've discovered that you're sharing on your webinar today. So Webby, again, trained on that framework. Let me just quickly read this out. This, again, is for the child psychologist. If you're here today, you probably already know how amazing it would feel to have your child actually listen the first time you ask. Imagine mornings without shouting matches, just a routine, smooth routine, maybe even a little laughter. Picture bedtime where you don't have to repeat yourself 100 times. Everybody actually winds down. Think about what it would be like to have a home that feels calm, not like you're living in a constant battle zone. So we're talking about their desires for those mothers. But the thing is, and then we're going to talk about their difficulties, getting there seems impossible when your kid is yelling, ignoring you, melting down all over the tiniest things. You try to stay calm, but after the fifth mom or the third time you've asked them to put on their shoes, you lose it. And then the guilt hits because you never wanted to be the mom who yells, but nothing else seems to work. So we've talked about like the pains that they're going through, the feelings, right? We're setting the stage of the results of the problem. You've probably, and then we talk about what they've probably tried. You've probably tried counting to three, timeouts, even bribing with snacks or screen time. Maybe you've read blogs or scrolled through Instagram channels, asking moms for feedback and advice. You might have even tried ignoring the yelling, hoping it would stop. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. But so we've talked about some, again, pains they've tried. But here's what I've discovered. So then we talk about the discovery. There's a better way, not one that involves yelling, threats, or feeling like you're failing. I found out that when you know what really is going on beneath the yelling, you actually can change the whole vibe in your house. And once you have these simple tools, you can turn those wild, loud moments into chances of connection, real lasting change. Okay. So like, this is really good. I mean, I love all of you, but most of you are not going to write something that good. I mean, most people just go right into teaching on their presentations, without properly hitting anything. So that is what I call framing the opportunity. Again, maybe at this point, you're roughly 10, 15 minutes into your presentation. Then we want to tell what is called a discovery story. It's like a 3 to 5 minute story that outlines kind of why you're there and why they should listen to you. Okay. So it says, before we continue, let's make this super personal and real. Can you tell me a little bit about your journey? So what was life like before you discovered this technique? Tell me about that aha moment or that turning point, and what did you do afterwards? So just to speed up the demo here, I'm just going to go ahead and add some things here for Marie, the child psychologist. She says, I've been a child psychologist for 2 decades, working with hundreds of other people's children. That cedes her authority. Yet when it came to my own children, I struggled like everybody else. I distinctly remembered a rage fit when the child couldn't go to the park. I tried all these things. It didn't work. Then I tried something new and was amazed at the change. I started teaching these techniques to other parents, etc. Okay. So like now, in order to make this personal, this is really the thing that Webby needs from you, a little bit of background story. And then it's going to just write out that story for you. Right. And now we're roughly 15 minutes into our presentation, and we fully set the stage. People understand what's at the stakes. They understand that we get them. They understand that they should be listening to us. Let's go on to the next section, which I call Roadmap to Results. So it's going to ask us now, do you have a process or a method for getting your clients' results? Do you already have a step-by-step framework? And if you do, great. You can paste it in here. Webby will use that to create the content section for your webinar. If not, it'll help you actually create it. So I'm going to go ahead and just paste one in here. I'm going to say we do. We're a child psychologist. This isn't our first rodeo. I have something called the Calm Connection Method, and here's the steps and descriptions for that. And then Webby's going to confirm. Great. This is amazing. We'll move forward with that. Let me know if you want to tweak. Let's just say yes. And then Webby's going to start writing out the content section of our webinar using a specific framework that's designed to both give value, but also point people to a new path. This is what I call showing people the new path using a roadmap to results. And so we talk about what the roadmap is. We break down each step. So what it is, why it's important, what's involved. We share some examples. We overcome some objections. We give them an aha moment. And then we move on to the next part in the sequence. Okay, so Webby will literally take you through this slide by slide, step by step here, writing out. Now we're going into the second part of Marie's method here. Again, what it is, why it's so important, what's involved, share examples, overcome objections. All those kind of things are what we want to do when we're teaching a method. The biggest thing you can do is open people's minds and teach them a new path forward. And that's what this framework is trained to do. I find that works across all industries, okay? So we're now 67 slides in, okay? And now we're going to transition to the call to action. So we do a brief transition to the offer, which is about 5 slides where we recap some value. We confirm that the attendees got value, and then we do a quick segue statement. So what I've shared with you today is simple enough in concept, but nuanced in execution. It's not enough to know these things. We need to be able to apply them to your situation. That's a good way I like to do it. And then what we'll do is actually make our call to action. So in this case, we're going to have people book a call with Marie to discuss her coaching. Okay? I call that a lead generation style webinar. The first thing you want to do is actually name that call and position it as a service, a complimentary next step. So the AI knows this and it's trained on this. The Calm Home Breakthrough Session, Chaos to Calm Strategy Session, Peaceful Parenting Game Plan Call. I like number 2. So let's go with the Chaos to Calm Strategy Sessions. And then what Webby's going to do is integrate that into a script that you can use as a call to action. It's going to sell them on booking that call. It's going to sell them on taking that next step with you. Okay. And so that's it. 79 slides, perfect number of slides for a lead generation style webinar. Now, the cool thing is Webby will also help you write out other assets for your webinar as well. So it's going to write out that whole script first, though. So it literally is going to give you a copy and paste version of your headline, your bullet points, all of your slides, everything. You can literally just model this over. There's even a slide deck template that models this slide number perfectly, so you can just pull them right over into that. This is a fantastic way to do it. By the way, if you want to see Webby and get access to Webby, a deeper demo, well, this is a pretty deep demo, but if you want access to Webby, there's a link in the description. You can grab Webby. There is a special offer there for Webby AI if you'd like to literally just sit down in one sitting at your computer and knock this out. Okay. It'll even create social media posts and things like that as well. Okay. So it's really powerful. Facebook posts to promote your webinar, LinkedIn posts, Instagram posts, all trained to a specific platform. It'll even create some promo emails for you to promote your webinar to your database or your network. It's going to write those out, tell you when to promote them, give you ideas for subject lines that I found work well. It'll even write the copy for a simple registration page. So all you need to do is copy this into Zoom. Just use Zoom Meeting for your webinar. That works fine. There's all the copy for that. And you've got everything you need to get started, literally to knock it out. So anyway, hopefully this video is helpful and insightful on what's available today. Of course, this is a demo for my product. Check out the link in the description. But I also wanted to walk you through some of the key distinctions in a successful sales presentation. If you have any questions on this, leave a comment down below in this video. Feel free to comment Webby if you'd like access to this, or just go to the link in the description. There's a link there that you can read all the details about the offer and how you can get access to it as well. All right, that's it for this video. I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care for now.